Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good,
Thank you.
mostly good morning,
After
good evening to everybody.
in
So, welcome to
even
Girls for
afternoon.
STEM. Yes. Welcome to Girls for STEM, everybody. And thank you for coming to my show. I really do appreciate. And if you're coming here for the first time, guys, remember to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell-shaped notification. So yes. So guys, today, wow, welcome, guys. I'm so excited to have you, everybody,
Mhm.
guys. I really appreciate you when you come to my show, guys. So today I
Yes.
have Patrick, guys. I think you may have seen Patrick, some of you guys. So
Mhm.
we've been talking, we've been discussing.
Yes.
So today we're just going to
Mhm.
continue where we left from,
Mm.
and let's see what happens. So Patrick,
Yes.
introduce yourself a
Good.
little bit to my viewers. Some people have seen you before, but
Okay.
introduce yourself. Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Where I am, it's evening. Good morning to all those who are in the morning. Yes. Thank you so much, Kesting, for bringing me back. It's so wonderful to come back again. I'm
Yes.
so grateful to be given this opportunity. It's a rare occasion that
Yes.
such happens. Yes. My name's Patrick Musonda, and I'm from Zambia. I'm an engineering student, a third year engineering student, pursuing electromechanical engineering at the Copperbelt University right here in my country of Zambia. It's one of the national universities that we have here.
Mhm.
Yes. Hmm.
Wow. Thank you so much, Patrick. I'm sure you guys have met him before. So, Patrick, we were discussing so many things from last time. So, I would like you to
Yes.
continue from where we ended, and then our viewers will join in the listening and continue what we were talking about last time. So, if you can go ahead and continue.
I remember last time we were talking about my role or how
Yes.
my STEM career has played a role in helping young girls pursue STEM here
Yes.
in Zambia.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I remember last time I talked about how we've got the EIZ student chapter, like
Yes.
here at the Copperbelt University,
Mm-hmm.
which compiles of it's the Engineering Institute of Zambia. So what they've done, they've set up some more like a society in each university. We have one at CBU and UNZA,
Yes.
where they just interact with students and also introduce engineering facilities so that people are aware that they can pursue a great career in engineering.
Correct.
And also, yes, we do a lot of sensitization.
Mm-hmm.
We visit some high schools and some primary schools. We talk about engineering, we talk about science and technology, so
Yes.
that we encourage the young girls and the young children out there, so that once they join the tertiary education, that's university and college, so that
Mm-hmm.
they can pursue a career in STEM.
Yes.
Because the world we are living in now, STEM is the future. Like
Correct.
almost everything we do involves science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Yes.
So we've been doing a lot of sensitization. A few months ago, we even went to Witikila Girls in Impika.
Yes.
We went there and we showcased some of our engineering majors. We talked about how important engineering is to the society and to the world at large, and how lucrative it will be if you were to join engineering and
Yes.
do. Yes, because STEM is the future. Yes.
Wow, that's very interesting. I'm glad that you are, putting an effort in, encouraging girls, and you guys are going
Yes.
to schools and things like that. And remember, this is our passion here, Girls for STEM, is to encourage girls
Yes.
pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And most people, they
Yes.
ask me that, oh, Kirsten, it's saying Girls for STEM. Why are you talking to me? So I always tell them that.
Yes.
this
Yes.
drive, it's not it doesn't only affect women, it
Yes.
affects men. I was
Yes.
mentored by men at California State University. They really
Mm-hmm.
really did a great job. Even now I'm just so honored, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
I will bring you men here, so that people can see that this is not only
Yes.
for women. We need men to also help us drive this notion.
Yes.
So,
Uh,
go
I
ahead.
I also I also personally have been mentoring my young sisters and cousins. I've
Yes,
been telling them more about science and technology and
correct.
how it helped me when I was growing up because they are
Mhm.
also growing up. It's at a young age when the mind becomes so curious and adventurous and you want to learn new stuff. So I've been telling them about my experience and how important it is to pursue a career in STEM. So I've got one cousin of mine who wants
Mhm.
to do computer science once she's done with school. So I've been
Wow.
mentoring her a lot, and
Wow.
she has been looking up to me from the time I started my university and my career in STEM.
And I
Yes,
can assure you it will not go in vain. Most of the engineers that I've interviewed on this show, you guys, you should go
yes,
watch some of those videos and listen to every engineer what he says or what they say. Scientists,
yes,
technologists, they always say, either when they were young, either a neighbor said something, either the
yes,
dad used to show something that sparked their interest, or
yes,
somebody told them. For example, I was also give an example of myself. I remember my classmates were telling me that you were very good in math, and then I said, me?
yes,
So that really triggered me. I said, are you serious? They said, yes. So I'm like, okay, let me go and write the prerequisites. I went and wrote the
yes,
prerequisites for calculus. I passed. I said, I didn't know. So sometimes, guys, we need to tell those people
yes,
that you see around you. It doesn't matter what age they are, whether they are young, older. Tell them if they are good at something.
yes,
We need to hear sometimes, our friends telling us how we perform, how good we are.
yes,
Sometimes it also helps us, it drives us. That's really good,
yes.
Patrick. We really, really appreciate what you're doing. So, one other question, Patrick, I wanted to ask you. So,
Yes,
technology is evolving tremendously. It's
yes,
going
that's
actually
true.
at a faster pace. So since most of the engineers are men. So how do you think
Yes.
we are going to fulfill the workforce in the next future, tomorrow?
As ladies or as everybody in
That's a
general?
question. That's a question for you. So what do you think? Because now only men are in there.
Uh, pers- Personally, I think STEM for girls has to be implemented in, I think, the curriculums, like the studying material,
Yes.
starting from primary school to secondary school, so that it's easier even for the industry and the workforce out there to
Yes.
easily get women and girls for STEM once they
Yes.
are done with school. Because for a very long time, STEM careers have been perceived to be a male dominant thing.
Yes.
But in most cases, we've got a lot of ladies out there who are so brilliant with so much good ideas. So I
Yes.
feel that uh, the STEM needs to be brought up in the curriculums, and in some way, I think even they need to start creating some kind of what word can I put it? Maybe some kind of societies or clubs where young girls out there can be taught and encouraged to do STEM.
Yes.
Even shows like this same one, they are
Uh-huh.
so helpful because there are a lot of young girls out there who once they watch this show, they'll be encouraged to do STEM.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and I feel it's important for both male and female to just work together because in the Bible, God didn't just create man alone. He gave man a woman as his companion, and that's just
Yes.
a great sign that men and women need to work together in
Yes.
STEM.
Yes.
So yes, I feel that we need to bring up STEM in the curriculums, and in almost all the societies, not just in schools,
Mm-hmm.
but even in church, even in NGOs,
Yes.
and even just in our personal homes and families. We can encourage our young sisters and girls
Mm-hmm.
to, to pursue STEM careers, because the future is STEM. And if we educate, there's an African saying, if you educate the girl child, then you educate the entire community. So I feel ladies and girls need to be given the priority over such in STEM, because
Yes.
STEM is the future.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah. That's, you just nailed it, Patrick. Yes. And you know what?
yes,
STEM recognizes a female candidate that has been overshadowed for the longest time. And it
yes,
brings her out, so that, they can see her aptitude, they can see her performance, and they can
yes,
just recognize her that she can also be part of this endeavor. So I think STEM,
yes,
for me, it means a lot, because it unlocks our future economy, it changes
yes,
communities, it changes our lives,
yes,
and it's just the way, regardless of what you'll be doing, regardless whether
yes,
you'll be in accounting, you'll be in a hospital, you'll be making things, cars,
yes,
aeroplanes, furnitures, everything. We will need technology. So how can we avoid it?
yes.
So it's quite very, it's just not, it's unavoidable. So I have another
Mm,
question, Patrick. Yesterday, I was talking to
yes.
kids in South Africa. They were saying that,
Okay,
I asked them, because we were watching a tech movie, and then they asked me,
okay.
I asked them a question. I said, will robots take over our jobs? What do you think? And
Yes.
what they answered, they said yes. So, first, what do you think?
Personally, I feel I can say 50% yes and 50% no, in the sense that these same robots and because if you check out the technology, yes, it's somehow advancing. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of programming that's going on. There are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of drones, and there's a lot of mechatrons that have been set up. So most of these computers and stuff need to be run by human beings. Quite all right. They are automated machines that are working out there,
Mm-hmm.
but at a certain point they need to be serviced
Mm-hmm.
by engineers and scientists and technologists. They need to be programmed to do those tasks and jobs. So I can say yes, in the near future, there might be certain jobs and certain tasks that will be tackled alone by those robots and machines. But again, those robots and machines need to be run and controlled by humans. So I can say it's a 50-50 thing. So it's yes, it's true. It's true. Because technology has been advancing very rapidly over the past few years. Mhm.
And so, what do you think society would do if you say 50%? So, those, assuming the 50% you're talking about won't have jobs, so what are they going to do?
Yes. I feel those 50% individually, with a lot of support and mentorship, you can take part in entrepreneurial activities. STEM is not only it doesn't only involve you being employed. You as an individual can also take part in entrepreneurial activities. For instance, you can set up maybe a factory or a plant where you'll be supplying most of the technology equipment for those same machines to run. So employment can be created either ways, even though those machines and robots are working, and but employment, it's always there. I feel in STEM there's always employment somehow, somewhere, despite technology advancing all the time.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, it's a, I'm also going to hear my next guest. I will ask, the same question to see how they also uh, perceive about it. So
yes,
the other thing is companies also, they have to prepare for that. And what do
yes,
they do with the employees that are still not conversant with technology? They definitely have to do something,
yes,
create vocational trainings, something like that,
yes,
because you can't just dump, that knowledge, which is tribal knowledge, meaning they still have
yes,
knowledge that they can
yes,
still do. Because, so anyway,
yes,
my response to that is that robots may not take our jobs. The reason is
yes,
there is a lot of maintenance, there is
yes,
innovation, there
yes,
is servicing, of course, maintenance.
yes,
There is, you know, I think
mm,
literally we have a lot of things to do. So the question again
yes,
is, what would we do to those that have not gained that technologically advanced knowledge? There are so
yes,
many things that we can put them, but the thing is, people are scared. They are
yes,
saying the robots will take away our jobs completely. So that is
mm,
the one that I don't really believe. I'm not sure. I may be wrong, but so that's why I posed that question to you.
mm, I feel in STEM you can never go wrong if you pursue a career in STEM.
Hmm.
Like you've said, those robots, those machines, they need to be maintained. There's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done, and for them to also operate on their own, they need people. We need to, because if you look at robotics, then there's a lot of automation involved. There's
Hmm.
a lot of programming. Those machines and robots have to be programmed, and they have to be programmed by us human beings. So I feel our jobs will not be taken. I feel maybe you would need to have some particular knowledge over the same.
Which is true.
So yes, so over the years, I feel certain STEM careers will need some advancement in knowledge. If robotics and automation will advance rapidly in the years to come, then definitely even our STEM careers in terms of our particular knowledge, we need to advance. So our jobs won't be lost completely. So
So,
like you mentioned, I feel
mhm,
companies need to also enhance training for those people who are there. They need to train them to learn how to operate those same machines and robots so that they don't lose their jobs in some way. Yes.
wow. So, should companies be taking these people to go to school or training within the job, or should they sponsor them to other professionals? What do you think?
I feel either ways, they can either sponsor them to a certain institution or a school, or even right there, they can bring someone with high expertise on the same to train them while they are working there on the job, which I feel that is even much better because a lot of experience comes in while you're doing what you're doing. So they can even be trained right there on the job while they are working. Yes,
Wow.
I feel that's what needs to happen.
Because I think I've seen companies, they, you're right what you said, but they also were training employees to choose what career they would want to be and to just make them
Yes,
comfortable and say, guys, what would you love to do? As a way of supporting them to enter into other
STEM.
other STEM. ventures, so
Yes.
that they don't feel so like, you know, that they are left out, because they are just those people
Yes.
that won't still, you know, it can't just, you know, go into technology and improve
Yes.
themselves. So it's very difficult for some of those. Wow,
Yes.
that's very interesting. So so again, Patrick, I'll give you an opportunity to say, so what would you say to girls growing up, you know, girls, boys growing up, especially that you've also been participating in supporting these women,
Yes.
girls into STEM?
Yes. What I would say is I would encourage them to study hard and to pursue a career in STEM, because STEM you can never grow wrong. It's
Yes.
very innovative, and growing up, I feel once you have a curious mind, I feel it's enjoyable while you're doing STEM. Yeah, yeah, you become more curious, so it's much more enjoyable when you're doing the same. And the future is STEM. If you look at all the industries that we have worldwide, the banks, the hospitals, the financial sector, all of them, one way or another, STEM is involved.
Yes.
Even the transport industry, the roads, the trains, everything that's going on around the world, STEM is involved. Even right now, for us to be live here,
Yes.
people pursued the STEM careers for them
Mhm.
to make this broadcast possible. So I feel STEM is the future. It's a career that will never die and will never go wrong, and it keeps on advancing for the next generation to come. So I would encourage all the young boys and girls out there to pursue a career in STEM and let them do something that they love, because when you do something that you love, it becomes easier, and the passion is very good. Passion is what drives you to even work harder and continue to do your very best. Yes, that's what I would
Wow.
encourage them.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Patrick, stay tuned. I have another topic after I finish with the next guest. So stay tuned.
Okay.
So thank you so
All
much. I'm
right.
going to
Uh,
bring in, guys,
Thank you so
Anil.
much.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to bring in Anil Torres. Hi, Anil, how are you? Thank you so much for coming to my show. You know, I know you're busy, so you're going to share with my viewers, introduce yourself, and also, yeah, let's begin.
First of all, good morning to you, Kristen, and then good day for everyone watching right now because I'm not
Yes,
sure what time is it there in your place. So thank you first of all for watching us right now, and hopefully you guys can learn something from the talk today.
yes.
So a little bit about me. I'm a senior mechanical engineering student at here in California State, Long Beach, here in California. So hopefully hoping to graduate by the end of this year, finishing my mechanical engineering degree. And currently, I'm also doing a personal project. I'm trying to make a drone, a big drone, like a
Wow!
man-sized one.
I
Yeah.
love
So
drones. I love drones.
so I'm
Yes.
lucky. I'm lucky enough to actually do something, even with this pandemic. Especially, you can't join activities and stuff like that because of the pandemic. But I'm lucky enough to be able to join and do such thing, like a big project. So that's what I do so
Wow.
far
Thank
currently. Yeah.
you so much, Anil. Really, we really do appreciate. So you're doing mechanical engineering or you're doing computer?
Mechanical engineering.
Wow. So, guys, you see, mechanical engineers can also deal with robots. So, you know, that's very interesting. Wow. Thank you so much. So, you guys, again, this is Girls for STEM. We're here to encourage girls to pursue science and technology. And we're also here to acknowledge other scientists who have navigated STEM and those that are navigating STEM. Anil, he's navigating STEM. So we would like to have him so we can hear more about, you know, what he's doing. So Anil, I have a question. So how did this STEM career start? Did your parents talk about it on the table when you were growing? did you hear anyone around passing talk about STEM? Can you take us back when you were about 4 or 5 years growing up? What was going on?
Perfect. Okay, got it. So, first of all, when I was a kid, I never heard anything from my parents about what career job I should pursue because they probably think that I'm so young still. I'm not able to comprehend such topics, right? So, one thing I really want to note here is when you were a kid, and when I was a kid, I might not be able to understand, but subconsciously, I kind of like improve or enhance my way of thinking. So what I see really matters. So for my story, it was my dad who's actually my model. He didn't talk. He's a mechanical engineer, but he did not talk to me about it. So seeing him being an independent person, where I could see literally everything, any problem, situations, he solves it. And I don't know what it's called back then. I don't know okay, that's what engineers do. So I'm like, okay, I want to be like him, until I gained enough knowledge and realized that, okay, I learned enough, and I know my dad is doing engineering, and I just want to be like him. So it starts from there. Even as a child, I think as a parent, it's important that, like, whatever actions that you do in front of them is somewhat like would make an impact in the future, even if you don't talk to them about it. Make sure be a good role model to your kids and stuff.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So, I always encourage parents to create an environment in the house that is very conducive for someone to be able, for kids to be able to do science and technology. And I always encourage parents either to talk about it, and also when they go out or wherever they take them, to showcase the, some of the engineering, so it can, they can have an idea, or to sensitize them. So it's also interesting how silently and quietly how a parent can encourage their child to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you have expressed it so well that he, just by his actions, right? You
Yes.
could tell that, I want to be like him,
Yeah.
you know.
So yeah, I totally agree with that. It's just I actually, if you want to know more about it, it affects me so much to the point that being a Filipino,
Yes,
coming back to Philippines, most of the stereotypes of being Filipino
yes.
is everyone needs to be a nurse. Like all of us are nurses.
That's what I'm very intrigued to see you. Actually, a lot of them, that's how I see. So I was like, wow, that's interesting. Yes, continue.
Yeah, so I really it made me break that stereotype. Like I want to be something different, like just just seeing my dad, it's all enough. It's enough for me to know what I want. Other than that, like I pursued engineering for 10 years. I've been studying bachelor mechanical engineering for 10 years due to some situations and stuff like
Yes.
that. I had to repeat, but all I know, one thing is I'm dedicated to continue what I want to do. Like I can't see myself anything else. I don't see myself being a nurse. I don't see myself being a doctor. I don't see myself being a businessman. So I think that's amazing. Like as a kid, it would really that's the foundation basically. Because when you let's say when someone started to mature, everything that you take in, you just learn it. Yeah, it's easy to learn, but like something deep, like when you were a kid, like it's already building it. So make sure, like even if you don't talk about it, show them like how independent you are, that the qualities of being an engineer is really important as well too. And to top of that, like if you want to talk about it for parents to their kids, involve them to these activities where they're gonna have to do some complex thinking. I think that would slowly build the nature of being an engineer.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, that's really true. And I just like the way you've said, how determined you've been. I'll tell you, Anil, I pursued my career in engineering very late. Um, Not when you are young, for example, between 18 and 19, 20, somewhere there. I didn't do that. If I tell you I pursued my engineering after 35, that's when I started pursuing my engineering much more, thinking about it, wanting to do it. So it's very interesting that people also know that they can enter this career at any different levels, actually.
Agree.
And what matters is the determination, guys. That's all you need to put in. You can switch. I've been, telling my viewers, you can switch if you want. It's up to you. There is no limitation. Take your time. If it's going to take time, you will get there. I got there. And I remember sometimes people were saying, you want to do your engineering very late. So how long will it take for you to work? But guess what? Today, they look at me and say, what? She finished and she's already working. So there's a lot of discouragement as you go on. So I just want to encourage my viewers that, guys, it doesn't matter at what age you can start it. It doesn't matter when you finish, but it's the determination that really, really matters. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that, Anil. So the other
Yeah.
question I wanted to ask is, what other challenges have you faced, so that if there are any boys looking at you, and you are in STEM right now, you're pursuing and you hope to finish, is it this year or next year?
Yes, this year.
This year. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Please let me know when it's time for your graduation.
Well, I did not walk. The ceremony was last May, but it's
Uh-huh.
pandemic. I'm kind of like scared to go out there, so I did not. I'm sad. Like I wish I was able to walk with my family and get awarded for
I
such.
know. Wow. Wow. It will happen regardless. So just be in the zone and say, this thing I've
Yes,
always wanted. It's here finally.
that's what matters. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, so
matters.
yeah, you can enjoy. So what other challenges would you want to share, and how you've overcome them? So the reason I'm asking this is to showcase to the young ones that are watching, parents, that it doesn't matter what we go through. I have gone through so many challenges for me to even finish my career, but guess what?
Right.
I finished. So would you share with my viewers whatever challenges you feel comfortable that you've gone through, so they
For
can
sure.
see kids and as well as parents?
Of course. So I believe, first of all, I believe that like each of us have different stories, different struggles, but overall, we live in the same world, same reality. Just know that like no matter what, that struggle is not gonna last for long. But your determination would always be there. It depends on you. It just really depends on you. If you're determined, there might be a problem that like 2 years or something, you live more than 50 or 60 or 70 years. Be determined for all your life. Like nothing could stop you. So as for my story, a little bit personal, but I'd like to share this so you guys could
Yes,
relate.
yes, yes.
Um, I grew up from the Philippines, a third world country as well. I was able to move here back in 2014, and one first struggle that I had is, English is not my first language. I don't know, like I studied English, but I never practiced them, so I can't really speak
You
English.
are so good. Just to tell you, you are. Oh my God. Okay,
Thank
continue.
you.
Yes.
Yes. So when I got here in 2014 with my family, basically a good reset from what we had from the Philippines. So having the mindset, I need you as an engineer. I think I have to adjust right away, adapt. There's no time for homesickness, like no time for me to adjust to cry about it, no time. So I had to find a job right away to support my family. And that's when I realized too that like I thought after studying 3 years of mechanical engineering from the Philippines,
Mm.
I thought I'm just gonna continue the last 2 years here in the United States. But when I moved, I learned I have to repeat everything. So homesickness, being not able to speak in English, um, knowing that I have to repeat 5 more years to study, to pursue what I want. It's such like my first year is a little bit stressful, but
Yes.
my determination, I believe, is what pushed me. First, my determination to become an engineer, my determination to support my family and be proud of them being proud of me, of what I accomplished. And actually, surpassing those struggles makes your personality strong as well too. Like as a person, you get strong. So that's one of the most struggles now. One of my weaknesses before is, I'm a shy type, I'm timid, I'm not confident enough. And going into like an engineering here in the United States is different from the Philippines. So I'm like, I have to step up
Yes.
because like the level, the platform is completely different. So um, a lot of studying for sure. That's what you need. Like, that's what I had to do.
Yes.
Catching up sometimes, when something is only required to get studied for 2 hours, I take 5 to 7 hours to study them because I have to do catch ups before I
Yes.
even was able to answer something. So
Yes.
that's one of the struggle. But I became a manager of a store after 2 years of being here, just
Yes.
because I think language, English is important, but I think actions and how you work, your work ethic, your school ethic, the way you study is more important because people can see through it.
Yes.
Like, even if I can't speak well, based with my actions, they will see it for a certain amount of time. They just need to see it. Yeah. So I think that's like one of the most struggles that up until now, it still impacts me because of the disadvantages of I have. Like, I moved from the Philippines. I never had the same resources as, people right here, but I will never see it as like you know, a disadvantage or unfair. It's not unfair, but I think I have something, you know, greater
Yes.
that I know of compared to others. Yeah, I developed myself, like, to handle such stress, such problems, and actually that is an important aspect of being an engineer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Neil, what you've shared, it's really important. I've got viewers here from different countries, maybe about 20 countries or so that come to watch my show. And you touched a part that I also went through. I naturally was born and raised in Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to school in Zambia. I did, they call it vocational training college.
Right.
So we call it a diploma over there. So when I came to United States, I thought I can automatically just transfer to go to the university. And I tried that for about 3 years,
Yes.
trying to transfer. So they kept on taking me round because they said you need to convert whatever degree you had to United States. So I
Right.
tried that; it was not working. And then I said, should I stop this? Should I just leave it? I could feel my whole self was so invested in, like, there is nothing else I can do apart from completing that. So when you started talking about that, it just brought memories. I just want to encourage you, you hear my story. And I worked so hard to try and still pursue. For 3 years, the universities were denying me because they don't understand the curriculum we had. And can you imagine to just have your curriculum transferred by that time from my college where I was
Mm-hmm.
to United
Yes.
States? Oh my God. You know what I said one day? I woke up, I said, I'm going to start afresh. If I have
Yes.
to do this, I'll start afresh. You know what I did? I went to the community college
Same.
and I went and wrote for the prerequisites. I said, I will start from. Guess what? I went for calculus, I think I mentioned earlier on, to do the prerequisite, and I wrote for English, and then they placed me where I fit. That's how they do it. So I knew I started from there, you can imagine. But one thing I do not regret is when I started from that point, now I could compete with American standard
Right.
of thinking in terms of engineering. I am so glad I went there because now I became very competitive with American standards. So I could not feel that I was, because what I realized, I was so underprivileged, so many resources and so many things that I didn't know. So I had to fight so hard to get to a place where the American standards were for engineers at that level. So I was glad I did that because it gave me so much confidence. Then I
Yeah.
realized, oh well, now I can, I can go to the university. So by the time I'm being transferred to the university, now I had so many universities want to take me after I went through the college. So now University of Texas Dallas wanted to take me, California State University wanted to take me. I have other universities that wanted to take me. So I had now to make a choice which university I should go to. And since I stayed here, I stayed in California more. So I decided to take up in California, and I also had some advantages in California to go to university. Things like, if you've been here for a long time, how much you pay is different, things like that. So I took up California. So, that story, it's good that we can share with our viewers. Guys, we go through different things in our career. And this platform would like to share with those that are listening, those that are interested, that regardless of what you're going through, you will
Mm-hmm.
still make it. Anil was
Yes.
also telling us his story, how he's navigating step. He's almost there, guys, and we're going to also, he will come here to come and share us about his graduation. We have to hear that so that we can get encouraged, guys. After whatever he's going through, he gets to graduate, and he also starts his work, so we can hear more how he's doing. Wow. Thank you so much, Anil, for telling that story. I really,
Mm-hmm.
really do appreciate. So, Anil, the other thing I want to say is,
Mm-hmm.
me and you right now we're in the United States, and we've got certain privileges, of course, now that we're here.
Yes.
So, when you
Agree.
look back home, even me, I look back home, other countries, they are less privileged in terms of resources. So, what would you say to a girl growing up in Philippines, a girl growing up in other parts of the world? How can they pursue engineering?
First, I think giving them and like this platform that we're doing right now is a big
Mm,
help for sure,
yes,
because this is like one of the free resources that they could listen to, watch to, and see with the other stories of other people, what's
yes,
going on here in the United States.
yes.
That's the first thing, self-knowledge.
Mm-hmm,
Second, I'd like to the encouragement,
mm-hmm,
like what we are doing right now. um, for small girls that like working in the Philippines, like I think their technology is advancing. First of all, United States might be the first one, or like one of the top technology country right here.
mm-hmm.
But it's not like it's limited to United States only. Hopefully, it expands up onto like a third world country, like Philippines and other countries, third world countries, and
Yes.
hopefully by that time, just never. I wish the kids, young kids, the younger kids, would never stop um, pursuing what they want, especially if they're encouraged to take engineering,
Mm-hmm.
because by the time when the time comes, there will be enough technology for them. Even if they're in the third world country, there will be enough technology for them to work on, to
Yes.
improve on. So hopefully, right now, I'd say currently it's not, the technology is not evenly distributed, among each countries. But I'm hoping in the future that all countries will be even with technologies advanced as well. And by that time comes, hopefully we have engineers, girl
Mm-hmm.
engineers, boy engineers that's working in that country to improve and maintain the technology, to continue it. So to encourage them, I think as a kid, this is the best step. Like first, gain enough knowledge, especially for parents.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them about it, especially
Mm-hmm.
parents who was able to watch this kind of videos, this
Yes.
podcast. At least open them to such opportunity. That's the first thing.
Yes. Wow. Now you are very right. So there's a question here, Anil. Can you see the question?
Does USA accept diploma from Australia or any diploma? It's not American. It's not accredited by the state. Okay, so I have a story with that one. I studied in the Philippines, 3 years of mechanical engineering in the Philippines. There's this thing called like a degree or level for each universities. If it's ABET, have you guys ever heard of that ABET accredited school?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, if it's for, let's say, for example, mechanical engineering ABET accredited, it means
Mm-hmm.
internationally, if you graduate here, for example, I'm gonna use my country, okay, like see if it applies to you guys. If
Mm-hmm.
I graduate in the Philippines as a mechanical engineer, the ABET accredited degree or level will be recognized internationally. So only if I graduate. But like I said, I did not finish my school, my degree in the Philippines. So, even if it's my degree or mechanical engineering in my school in the Philippines is ABET accredited, it's not gonna work because I did not graduate there. I did not obtain my bachelor's degree there.
Mm.
So when I move here, it really depends on your school, because when I moved in, I brought my transcript, my
Mm-hmm.
university transcript, and
Mm-hmm.
then I had it evaluated um, by the Department of Education um, evaluation center kind of thing to
Yes.
see if it depends on the units taken, if it
Mm-hmm.
aligned. So it depends if they think that they covered pretty much the same syllabus for each classes, they would check it out. Okay, you don't have to repeat this.
Mm-hmm.
But for most of the thing like prerequisites, American history, you're still gonna have to repeat them. So it will help. The degree in other country will help definitely, but you're gonna have to do some catch ups when you move here in the United States.
Yes, Anil is right. So what happens? It's true what he's saying. So there are companies that will review your transcripts and they'll convert them to the US units.
Yes.
And US is very strict with units. You cannot pass through their requirements. So they will make sure that those diplomas are converted to the US standards.
Yes.
So there are companies like Anil is saying that will convert those into US standards. Even the US schools themselves, they do convert and they can accept you and they will tell you where. So the US, one good thing, they accept anyone from any country. As long as you want to come to school, guys, you can come.
Yes.
That's all they will just make sure you able to come in. If you can't come in at university level, guys, you can come in at community college level. You can go and start your diploma there. You can tell them if you can't make it to the university, you can go to the community college and you can go and have your transcript transcribed, and also they can make sure that you can fit into specific classes at that level. They are really good at that, guys. I tried myself.
And
No.
I know one who actually graduated from the Philippines as she's a civil engineering graduate, and
Uh-huh.
then when she moved here,
Mm-hmm.
she just need to take the licensure, the engineering in training
Yeah.
license, and then she was able to get a job slowly and gain
Wow. But
experience.
still, they had to make her take the EIT. They call it what,
Yeah,
right?
it's an exam you can study on yourself. There's a lot of resources right here. Actually,
Show us.
I have one right here.
Oh my God.
Before I
Practice.
graduate,
So when are you already studying that one?
hopefully, when things, because right now there's a lot of school loads, I'm
Yes.
trying to like start it as much as I can, and also
Wow.
work on my 3D printer right here.
Oh my, you should show us one of these days what you're doing. Please, please show
Yeah,
my viewers one day how you do it, like 15 minutes or something like that. I think we'll be glad to see that.
yeah, for sure. Once I figured it out, I'm having trouble, but it's part of of engineering. You solve
Yes.
problems.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. And make sure you can send me that book. I would like to see if it's something I can also take that. Guys, here we're here to share knowledge, to understand what else we can do, and that's why we bring in engineers, scientists, technologists, so we can share resources, so we can share a lot of information so that we can be enhance ourselves, because that's the only way we can do. If engineers, scientists keep quiet and they're just doing their own things, how do we learn? It's very difficult for us. So
Yes.
okay, so my next question, Anil, oh my God, that was interesting, thank you so much. So
You're
I had
welcome.
posed a question from one of my viewers here. So do you think robots are going to take away our jobs?
Okay, so I was building my thoughts on that one. I think it's kind of like hard to say what exactly is going to happen,
Yes.
but people are scared of the changes. Job wise, there might not be any difference. It's not going to change anything. Engineers will never lose their job, even if they're robots, just because I think robots are like the same as aerospace, as like
Yes.
making rockets, improving technologies, creating satellites around Earth. It's the same thing. But we always need engineers to improve. But I think if we create robots for a certain job to do, it might not affect the engineers, but it might affect people who has, who's gonna be working on such things, what robots will be doing in the future.
Mhm, mhm.
Like let's say making, ice creams.
Yes.
Like robots, instead of like people serving it manually, it might just like be automatic and robotic, like it will just serve it to you automatically. I
Yes.
think people are scared, people like them are scared to get affected and lose the jobs, but I think also think they will not lose the jobs. There will just be a switch or shift of their job responsibility.
Mhm.
Their job will be now to support um, that robot and maintain them, have enough training to simply maintain them. Engineers will always be there to
Mhm.
improve on it,
Yes.
but we will need people to maintain those robots. And it's, I think everyone could learn, everyone could, technically maintain it. So
Wow.
there will be not much difference when it comes to job employments.
Wow, thank you so much, Anil. That was a really, really good response. It's
Yeah.
true. And I remember one day we went to for an industrial tour with our professor, and we found the owners were saying they put this robot. Can you imagine? You're working, right? And these people, they used to do abrasion on the engine for the plane. The
Hmm.
engine for the plane has got that circular
Yes, the
embedment.
turbines.
That one, yes. So they do abrasion on it. So can you imagine when you see it? It's very shiny. When you see a plane going and it's very shiny.
Right.
So a robot can be programmed, that, to do abrasion like a human being. It's unbelievable. So can you imagine you are working and then next day you find there's a robot next to you,
Scary, it's scary.
a big thing
Okay.
next to you, and it will be doing the abrasion when you're not there, or when you are there, it's working with you. So it was very tormenting for these workers to see
Oh,
that,
actually, yeah, you're right. Like, from what you said, robots could do very complex jobs and make things easier for humans at the same time. And I think, going back to employment, sorry about this, I have to go back.
Oh,
Um, if robots can make jobs faster,
mhm,
the what do you call it? The marketing,
mhm.
like economic, will get
Yes.
faster as well. So it will open more jobs as well, hopefully.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This subject can keep going and going.
Yes, agree.
So
It's too
I really
complicated.
appreciate. It's a very, very good topic. So I have one topic I wanted to discuss. I hope Patrick is here. Patrick, are you available? Please let us know if you're available. I'd like to bring you in for a topic. So I will start the topic whilst we're getting ready for Patrick to come in, if he's going to come in. So, Anil, the women are saying when they are working at their jobs that they have to work more than men for the companies to see them that they are serious. What do you think about the statement women are making?
Sorry, can you repeat the
So
question?
let me elaborate more. So the women are saying whenever they are in the workplace at
Mm-hmm.
work, they have to work as twice as men, as twice as men, for men to see that they're hardworking. If they just work like, just working, they are really not considered as working, but they have to work so hard that they can see, oh,
Yes.
that's Maria. She does, she does production, or she does designing. So,
Yeah.
what are your comments about that?
Okay.
Is that
So
true, or and why?
okay. So I think when women say that, I think it's true. It
Hmm.
happens because
Yes,
of due to the history. It happens.
yes.
We're now into moving forward into trying to improve that
Yes.
aspect.
Hmm.
And but I believe it still happened. I feel sorry. I'm really sorry for
Yes.
women engineers who are experiencing that.
Hmm.
But I'd like to say that hopefully in the future, because
Yes.
right now in
Hmm.
my generations,
Hmm.
um, I've seen like couple of women engineers students as me in
Yes.
campus.
Hmm.
I see them the same level. I respect them as other men engineers. I
Yes.
actually had to rely on her
Yes.
and to study with her. It's like she's
Hmm.
intelligent as me.
Yes.
She's as intelligent as other men out there.
Yes.
So I think I'm wishing for it to improve in the near future, and I'm
Hmm.
really sorry. Hopefully, um, to whoever woman engineer experiencing it right now,
Yes.
hopefully it gets better.
Yes.
Hopefully, I think it's the mentality of the past. Like
Hmm.
older generations right now, they still have that kind of mentality that like men should be doing engineering and stuff like that.
Yes.
It
Yes.
should change. They should learn how to adjust because it's been proven. Like a lot of women engineers are working in the aerospace industry, automotive industry. There's no question about it. They need to start, especially older generations, they need to start accepting it. So yeah, because right now, at least in my generation, I could say in my experience, all male engineers in my class
Hmm.
respects the all women engineers. It's the
Yes.
same thing. It's never been a problem to us. Like yeah,
Wow.
so that's my
Wow.
thoughts.
And thank you so much, Anil, what you've said. Just like me, when I was doing my career, oh, yes. The men, they did respect that we are all competitors. We are the same. We
Mm-hmm.
are, and even the respect. So I think the new generation coming up, we need to encourage them that, we can do the same thing. I know there are certain things that they still want to think that we can't do, maybe lifting heavy things like that. But for example, like yesterday, I was watching a tech movie with the kids, how they make Porsche, the car, and then we saw a lot of men. They were moving things, and guess what? The things that these men were working on, it's not something hard. It's not something that they were pushing heavy things that the women can't do. So the kids were asking, they're like, wow, there's nothing much that the men are doing that's so heavy that we can't do. We can do that. I said, yes, that's why we're encouraging you girls to pursue. So the more girls can get into there, the more they can realize that they can also do those jobs. And especially there are computers, robots that are helping us. That will really, really be great.
Um,
Wow, no, thank you so
yeah.
much. I knew what you've said. So I'll give you 1, 2 minutes. If you have anything you want to say, let me know. Okay,
Okay.
I think Patrick is here. Hello, Patrick.
Hello.
Hey,
Oh, hi,
Patrick.
Patrick. We were looking for you with Anil. We didn't know where you went. We were like, okay, where is he?
Oh, oh, sorry about that. It was just a network.
I know. So I was bringing in a topic.
Mhm.
Anil just responded. So we were talking about women at the in the factories or in the
Yes.
plant, whatever, as engineers. That women are saying they have to work extra hard for the men to see that they are doing something. What are your thoughts about
Yes.
that?
My thoughts about that.
Yeah.
If you look at the way it's been over the years,
Mm-hmm.
most of the time the community perceives the ladies and the girl child to be the weaker gender and less less privileged in certain stuff. So it happens a lot most of the time, and it's true. It's more like girls have to prove themselves, not only even in the factories, even at school, like where I am.
Yeah.
Most of the time, girls have to prove themselves in terms of their grades and working hard. But I feel we are all the same. We are all human beings. We've all got the same mindset, the same capabilities. And if we believe we can do something, then certainly we can achieve the same thing. Be it a lady or a man, we are all the same. So we can do the same things equally. The only difference is we were created in a different way, as a man and a woman, but we can just do the same. That's what I have to say.
Yes, and it's not that it's written in the books. It's just this perception, that they just feel
Yes,
um,
from the community.
from the community and also just at work. So if you can't, for example, there's a threshold.
Yes,
If you can't go above that threshold, you're not going to be seen. And it also goes into
yes,
maybe even some promotions, things like that. So it's a very big issue, and they are calling it, staying in STEM for women. So that could be, another topic
yes,
for a day. So I just brought it to brush a little bit about it, that, women go through that, and they are seeing that, people around, you have to show that you can do this. If there is any project, take it up. If you
yes,
see anything, take it up. And this woman is also going at home to work. They've got families, they have to go cook.
yes,
You can imagine how much they go through, these women, some of these women. So I think,
yes,
we need to see how we can talk about it. It may be a sensitive issue, and we can talk about it in a very nice way, giving respect to also men,
true.
that it's not that they are
Yes,
doing it deliberately. Sometimes it's something, sometimes it's not, they may not even know that that's what's going on until you bring it up.
yes,
Because I see, like, some of the
hmm,
meetings that women go through. It's like sometimes you have to mention about it and say, "Oh, guys, I think you said this. I think I got a little bit touchy here." So when you
yes,
mention it, that's when they realize, "Oh, okay, we are sorry," and then they become conscious. So, like, for me
yes,
particularly, I don't judge right away. No, I am
hmm,
very patient. I'll be very patient to make sure I can educate that person little by little. Then when they realize, they're like, wow, okay, I understand.
yes,
Okay, then we can do this.
hmm,
So I think
yes,
us also women, we have to play a part in it to make sure that we can educate men around us. And for this generation
yes.
that's coming, you guys, I'm talking to you, you are very well informed, and I really appreciate.
Thank you. Kirsten, I feel with a lot of women in STEM, and like the way you're doing, you're bringing up this platform. If we have more women in STEM, I feel such cannot even happen in the near future, where ladies will have to be made to work harder or pass a certain threshold. If we have more women, then it's going to be an equal and balanced setup wherever. Because I feel also what's causing that is we've got fewer women in STEM. And I feel that's why most of the time you find maybe in a certain factory or a plant, maybe we've only got 3 women and then the rest are guys. So that's why most of them are made to work harder or looked down on. But if we have more women, it's going to be easier, and such will not happen. Yes,
Um, Also, I wanted to add to that. For everyone watching this video, all girls watching this video, even young ones, I'm telling you, please don't be scared of pursuing engineering just because this is the norm.
yes,
This is a male environment. No, it's completely changing. Please
yes,
do, if you think you want to get engineering, take it, pursue it. Don't be scared of what lies in the future. Because right now, I'd
yes,
like to tell to the male engineers as well too, that there is a engineering is all about diversity. It needs to have critical ideas, different ideas, and one thing that we need to recognize is the difference between men and women. There are some things that men can do. There are some things that women can do. That's why they live together. Same thing with
And we are very detailed, Anil, So even in the
Yes.
engineering, what I saw, I was a team lead when I was
yes,
at pursuing my career. I
Wow.
was a team lead, and we were creating a robot. So I love robots. So we created a robot that can
Wow.
pick tennis balls. So it was able to do that and pick tennis balls. When a tennis player gets tired. So,
Yes.
and it's true, we need each other, different people. And I see women were very detailed. When we're in your group, guys, I can tell you, we'll pick those details, little ones, and we'll bring it up and say, guys, I can do this. And
my
then you'll
mom
be like,
is.
wow, okay, yeah, work on that one. So, I'm trying to push us so you guys know that, we can do this.
I think the
Yes.
best example for me is my mom. Like she's so persistent, so much persistent than me. And if she's gonna apply that persistency into engineering, it's so much better.
Yes. So let's answer what he's saying, Alfeo Mwenda. So yeah, the thing is, women are talking that they are not really, they have to work as twice as much for people to see the difference that, oh, there's a woman there, or there's a woman, she's a designer, she did her job. If she's just working at the same level with everybody, she's never acknowledged. They never,
Yes.
she cannot be acknowledged. There's just it's another actually topic that we can talk about. It's a huge one. It also depends. They also did a survey when a female resume was brought in with a male resume. Both of them, guess who they picked? They picked a man. So now what they did is they hid the names, whether it's female or male. They hid the names, and then guess what happened?
They picked it.
They picked women and men who had the qualifications. But when
Yes.
there was Mary on the resume, they did not pick them. If the qualifications are the same with a man, they went for a man. So those are just research that have been going on. And I like what Anil was saying. He says, previously it was a perception, but now he even mentioned that, he has peers, female, who are really, really dependable. You see them, you see how they work. You are like, I want to be I want to work with her. I want to
Yes.
do projects with her.
Yes.
And sometimes also it also depends on the girls. For me, what I did, because I knew that it's a male dominated career. So when we have groups, instead of keeping quiet, I used to make sure to talk so they hear how my thoughts are. Then they realize, oh, I
Yes.
think she can take us somewhere. I think she can do this. The other thing is, you have to also show that you can participate. It's not that you can just maybe keep
Yes.
quiet as a woman. You have to show what you know, what you can contribute. It's very good. That will help you even when you're looking at your resume, when you're putting something on your resume. You have to be able to articulate. You have to be able to show the people who are interviewing you that you are capable of doing these things. And also, yeah, so that's what I did. I spoke out, I vented my ideas and how to do them. And even if they are trying to ignore me, after they finish talking, I'll still explain. I said, guys, I think I was saying I can do this. I think we can do this that way. We'll be able to give the professor this. So I'll give them, they would sit back and say, what? I think that's what we need. So yeah,
Yes.
it's good that we can vent things like that. Wow. So you guys, I don't know if you have anything you want to share other than that.
Uh,
Mhm.
I would like to say that to all the girls watching, they should be just focused and determined, and they should never give up in life.
Mm.
They should always just remain focused and listen to their heart, and also put in much effort, because I feel STEM is a very lucrative career, and in the future it's going to do very well. Mhm.
Yes.
That's what I can encourage to the girls out there.
Mm.
I just want to add on what Patrick said. Just keep moving
Okay.
forward. I know you might get younger girls might have this mentality that like, oh, it's an engineering field, a male engineering, domain field. But I think I'd like you to think that like not all males think that way. And as long as you strive hard and work hard, someone, a male or a female engineer, is gonna grab your hand up again and help you
Yes.
move forward and go through all the problems. So there will be always someone will help you um, along your way. So don't give up right now.
Mhm.
Guys,
Yes.
there will be someone always to help you. Don't give up
Yes.
your way. That's the last statement. I was mentored by men, guys, at California State University, Northridge. One of these days, I'll bring my mentor, my professor, who really, really pushed me to where I am. I hope I can get him to come to my show, you guys, so I can show you. Men really do support. If you find
Yes.
yourself where you have challenges, it's not the end of the world. Try
Yes.
to push,
Yes.
but stay in STEM. We really need you guys. Men need us as well. So remember
Yes.
that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you
And
so
I really
much.
appreciate
Thank you so
coming
much,
to this
Kirsty.
channel. You guys,
Yes.
thank you, Anil Torres. He's pursuing mechanical engineer, and Patrick, electromechanical engineer as well, guys. Remember, we are here to
Thank you so much,
showcase.
Kirsty.
Yes, we're here to showcase scientists, engineers who are in STEM and pursuing science and technology, so we can hear from them how they are navigating STEM and how they navigated STEM. So we've come to the end of the show, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to hear more and to listen to more, stories next time. Thank you so much, guys,
Thank you
and
so much, Kirsten.